Welcome, everybody, to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Smith with a first down, and he works free. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. The give to Barkley. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Mon going to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mon looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, here's Mon. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares, because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. That'll be complete to Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Now Mon. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. And
I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2nd and goal from the 1. Trying the power game with Ham. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings 7, Giants nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 6. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Jones. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
And I think Gano missed it. He did. He missed it off to the right. No good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset him a little bit, didn't I?
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Giants 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Smallwood on the return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. This one complete to Smallwood. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
So these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Mond.
It's complete to Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working. Going back to it, I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
So that'll back him up 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Following the fumble recovery, Jones.
The throw for Tony is intercepted.
Picked off by Eli Apple. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st and 10, here's Mond.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll run with Cook, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd and goal,
Mond. He's going to get this one down to Cook.
touchdown Vikings!
Dalvin Cook.
His 21st touchdown of the season, and the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Vikings 21, Giants nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Smallwood on the return.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now on first down.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
He's picked off at his own 46.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Giants nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive
as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 28.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Check 26, check 26, check 24.
Mond looks to throw on first down.
Flushed out right.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.